Hey guys, come on in, get situated. We're just waiting for everyone to come in. Let me know if you can see me good on camera. You know, we like to start right at that 3:01 mark. So just to let you know. And we're going to get things kicked off in a big way. So we always like to start things off with a little housekeeping. So come in, hope you got your mocktails or your cocktails, and we're going to start this soon as possible. This is going to be a great afternoon. Woo! Come on in everyone. Get comfortable. I hope everyone's happy and has had a great week thus far. Tell you, I'm having a little kind of connection difficulties over on our other platform. They're trying to come in. We are actually going to be hosted by a Facebook group live today, and I have to get the correct name of them so this way we're kind of all together, and I always love to give them a shout out, especially when I'm being hosted by such a fabulous group like this. And this is going to be exciting today. And I have plenty of notes that I will be sharing. We always have our question board that goes out with the topic and finding out what challenges are that people are faced with. So as I said, we're just waiting for them to connect in, and we're going to start and then get everything kicked off. I hope you guys are so ready, because I have missed you all. It's been 2 weeks since we saw each other live. I know, it's been too long. So we're going to get this started in just a moment. If you hear any background noise, you know, we still are in the situation of literally quarantining and everything else with COVID. So please excuse me. I may have some little background noise that you may hear every now and then. So yes, I am wearing glasses. These are new. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, these are new. This is one of three. I have 3 different pairs. So this is the first ones. And because I have all dark colors on, I was advised that this would look great with my look for today. And I have to agree. They do look pretty good, and they look great on camera. So I'm really excited over that. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome in Facebook Live and Zoom, as well as our Instagram love. We love it. So, you know, today's topic just seems to be very timely, and it's not always easy to keep yourself motivated. And I think we all have faced that. So before we get into the topic, I always love to do some housekeeping in the beginning of everything, also to make sure that we introduce our cocktail. So today we're having a blush Cosmopolitan, and what makes it blush is that splash of cranberry juice. And let's take a taste. Let's see. Oh, I'm so there for it. I'm there. I'm so there. So I just tell you, as we get into this, you're going to love it. And I think this has to be one of my favorite cocktails for this go round. So a Cosmopolitan with a splash of cranberry. I'll give this 5 stars today. Yes, definitely. Delicious. Oh my goodness. So as we start, my name is Sonya LaRae. I am the host here of Whispers in a Bottle. I'm a certified lifestyle relationship counselor, motivational speaker, and and I do education. So it's so great to be here today. And so just like I was telling you in the beginning, a couple of things I want you to keep in mind is that Whispers in a Bottle is actually going to be a live blog talk podcast. And so we're excited because we were supposed to launch literally this month, September, but unfortunately we ran into a little hiccup with regards to equipment. And so that kind of put our dates back. And so we literally will be launching on the 2nd of October. So guess what, Instagram? We will be leaving you and we won't be live on Instagram anymore. We will be live on Blog Talk Radio. And so you will find us at www.blogtalkradio/whispers in a bottle. Please, today, everyone, I'm counting on you all to go over and follow us. So this way you're notified of our launch. We're going to do a soft announcement coming up and to welcome everyone. And we really want to see you there. Also, if you miss any of our conversations, we launched our very own YouTube channel. Yes, exciting, exciting. So we'll put details into our drop it right in the comments after this video. And also, if you're on our email list, you will be sent an email with all of our details with regards to Whispers in a Bottle. So make sure that if you're not on our email list, you go to our bio, click on it, and join so you can get all the details. You're missing out on our fabulous e-newsletter that is launching as well in October. So we have a lot coming up. Also, just to let you know that Whispers in a Bottle also will be a featured article on La Paz Image Consultants blog, because we're not going to actually launch our own blog, because with the parent company being La Paz Image Consultants, we thought it'd be great to have a couple of feature articles that we're going to place over there. So if you're ever interested in reading any of our articles, it will be at www.lapaz, L-A-P-A-Z, image, I-M-A-G-E, consultants with an S.com and /blog. So don't miss it. We are excited. So let's get into it today, people. I hope you all are as hype as we are and excited. I mean, like, seriously, it is such a thing. We have so much that we're faced with in this pandemic that we are like literally just trying to keep ourselves going. One thing I could say is that you may have signs that you have lost your motivation, and some of them may be that you are bored with your routine, you feel like you can't make a difference, or not being satisfied with what you've done, or you're feeling stressed about what you are doing and comparing yourself to others, lacking purpose, or setting unrealistic targets. You know, these are just a few clues that may point out that you have lost your motivation. And then on top of everything else, like I stated, we're dealing with COVID-19. And I really like how my daughter put it, COVID and her 19 girlfriends. So literally, our routines have changed drastically. And in turn, for us, it may have lulled us a little bit, because we do have a regular routine that we are in on a daily basis. But literally now things have changed, and have changed drastically. So what can we do that we can grab our motivation and charge ourselves back up? Well, I'm going to give you a few tips. So if you want to take notes, please feel free. Ladies in the Facebook group, I see you all. I appreciate all the love and the hearts. And listen, if you got comments, drop them in, and I definitely will answer them, or, you know, we'll talk and chop it up as always. So our first tip that I'm going to give you is this. To keep ourselves motivated, at times we need to exercise. Yes, that's number one, is exercise. Because with exercise, what happens is it makes our bodies move and create a different kind of energy, and it gives us a major uptake in our endorphins. And with endorphins, they know that this boosts our production of serotonin. And with serotonin, that gives you kind of like a more relaxed, even keel feeling. It also makes you to have an improved mindset. It clears our minds better. That it helps us to engage in a different way. So exercise is a key element as well in our day-to-day to help us to stay motivated. Now for myself, I have been trying to incorporate a little more exercise in my diet, period. So I'm very motivated as far as that goes, because my goal for when we do finally emerge out of this quarantine, that I don't look like I have just been sitting back eating my quarantine time away. So the second thing is having a better sleep routine. Most people don't realize how important sleep is. Now, they may get it for their children because they feel that it's the development of their child's brain, the development and the need for their bodies to relax so they can grow. But for adults, it's just as important, because as statistics bring out, your sleep schedule and bedtime habits affect your mental sharpness, your performance, emotional well-being, and energy level. So to maintain a consistent schedule will help you to be able to focus on the more important elements in your life and motivate you to apply certain things in your life. I mean, that's an incredible thing to realize, that sleep is such an important part of our diet, because without sleep, we're not getting the nurturing and the way that our mind needs to relax, decompress, and help us to be able to focus and move into our next journey. So number 3 is this. You have to review your preset goals and reasons why achieving it is important. Because see, a lot of times we have a lot of preset goals, and in time things change. We have different elements that are affecting us. So we really need to stop for a moment and see how we're going to do things. Or if these goals that we originally set are really something that we need to be chasing at this time. We may need to refocus, reshift, and kind of channel our energy in a different direction. And in doing that, you start feeling like, if you don't do that, you start to feel demoted, or you feel kind of lulled in your pursuit, which is hard. And it also is, takes a toll on your mind. So we really have to be mindful of that. And I mean, because motivation is something that is on a daily basis. It kind of comes from within us at times. Well, I'm going to tell you something that is true for me as a creative. I find myself to be very motivated with regards to a lot of things, be it from what I hear, what I see, what I smell, from what I read. Those things tend to motivate me and kind of re-energize me some. But for most people that are not in that way, they have to kind of take steps to be able to move themselves forward and kind of get themselves out of that kind of situation, of that mindset. So number 4 would be, look at the bigger and better picture. I know, right? Bigger and better. Meaning, think of all the rewards and perks that you would get if you can complete a goal, a job, or an obstacle. And all these dreams would help you stay motivated to be on track and achieve your goals. So looking at the bigger picture, because some people, they get stuck on a tree. They can't see past that tree. So in turn, they get just kind of stuck in a rut. And so that rut kind of keeps coming back to them and keep playing over and over again like a constant old video. But keeping our minds and our capability of being more open-minded in situations help us to keep ourselves moving forward as well. So with that being stated, we have to stay positive. I know that's easier said than done. The power of staying positive helps you to, tide over your fears and obstacles at work. It keeps you motivated and helps you perform better and make your day more productive. And I think with positivity, it's a thing that kind of feeds your energy as well. I know that I'm a firm believer in positivity. I give myself affirmations every day. And I'm a very positive person, even when things are kind of going haywire. And this week has been really hectic for me. But all along, I have maintained my positivity. And in turn, it makes me feel that I can accomplish more, and I am motivated to try to do better and to achieve better. So the other thing that you all know that I constantly tell you is to reward yourselves. Reward yourselves and celebrate your small accomplishments. And rewarding yourself does not mean that it has to be some big elaborate thing. It does not mean that. It means like, I'm going to reward myself by watching my favorite movie today. Or I'm going to reward myself by painting my fingernails today. Or maybe you're going to reward yourself with that chai latte that you said that you were going to only have once a week. Whatever it is that you need to keep you motivated and keep you energized and just to celebrate those accomplishments, do it. But don't forget to celebrate yourself, because that is something that we as people sometimes lack in doing, is celebrating us. We can celebrate everyone else and everything else, but we will not celebrate us. So I give you permission today to pat yourself on the back and say, hey, I did a pretty good job. And I will celebrate you as well. The other thing is create a positive environment. Now this is important too, because I have to tell you, sometimes as we go through our day to day and in our life and in our atmosphere in our offices, we can get inundated with tons of papers and different projects and post-its and everything being cluttered and just out of place. And it will kind of shift our energy where we're no longer positive because we're just inundated from the things that are in our environment. And it's the things that keep us kind of tied to being kind of like brought down some. I'm going to pause just for a second. I'm going to ask production, can I get a little air? It's a little warm in here today. So I'm so sorry. So we just have like a small little production team together today. And I just need a little air because it's warm in here today. And so with that, see, my environment. I'm keeping my environment positive because I want to be positive. I want to keep my energy up. I want to come across to you as I'm feeling what I'm saying to you, because this is the truth. Exactly, ladies. We have to keep it motivated. And so if I'm feeling warm, I'm not going to be as animated as I normally am. I'm not going to bring the energy that you all have come to be accustomed to, because I feel like if I keep swinging my arms and talking so much, I'm just going to pass out. But that's the point. Our environment plays a huge part in things. And so we want to always remember that. And also, scale your circle down. I know, what does that mean? I know, that means like really take a look at your inner circle or those that are placed into your circle. Because you may be surprised that the people that are in your inner circle are those that are actually carrying negative energy. And that can actually prevent you from feeling motivated. Now, this is the thing. It always says, you hear this example all the time, one apple can ruin a whole bunch. And that's true. Because it takes only one bad apple to ruin a bunch. You never hear of a whole bunch of apples that are fresh and ripe and beautiful, making that bad apple turn to a great positive apple. Because that doesn't happen. And it's not something that takes place. So in turn, as people, we have to look at them from a manner of, are they there to be champions for us, or are they there to kind of pull us down and to weigh our spirit down? And if you find that you're expelling too much of your energy and giving your energy to them constantly with nothing in return, then you know for a fact that these are ones that you need to eliminate from your circle, or scale down, as I like to say. You may not take them out totally, but you may be more mindful of what you're putting them into or where they're going to be. Because for the simple fact of it all, people seem to have a tendency to kind of gravitate to people that have positive energy, and people that they gravitate towards that are kind of doing more so they can be involved or be a part of the know, as they say. So how do we keep ourselves motivated on a day-to-day basis? What do we need to do to feel this way? Make your own magic. I believe in that all the time. Like, we have to make our own magic. Because that doesn't mean like, ta-da! Does not mean that. It means that we have to set ourselves apart from everything else. Not to compare ourselves to other people or what they're accomplishing from what they're not accomplishing. It means that we have to keep our trajectory and our eye focused on where we want to be and how we want to perceive ourselves, not always what people perceive of us. So when we're trying to be motivated, or when we're trying to keep ourselves motivated, we need to give ourselves positive things. We need to give ourselves positive feedback. Yes, I did not accomplish this today, but I did accomplish this, this, and this. Because this is going to help us to be better and to keep ourselves going forward. I always like to say that when I'm positive, more positivity seems to come to me. And in turn, I'm able to give it freely to others. Just like I come on here on Friday for Grown Talk Cocktail Fridays. Yes, and let's toast it up again with another great sip of this drink here. I know, ladies, it's good. Oh, you made the mocktail version. Nice, nice. But this is the thing. We have to be ready to be able to cheer ourselves when we need it. And so in turn, we want to always make sure that we're putting the positive in front of our eyes. Because if you're not putting that positive in front of you, it's very hard to stay motivated. Right now we have situations that there's so much that's happening. There's so many things that you're hearing and seeing, and different stories. And if you're in the Pennsylvania area, how much shootings have happened, and it's very disheartening. But the one thing that we have to always remember is that we want to try to be as positive as possible. And sometimes that positivity that you have will be the little brightness that you come into someone else's life. I love coming in here on Friday and really getting to talk to you all. And I appreciate the Facebook group so much of hosting today's live, and why you all wanted this, because many of you have stated that as starting off as entrepreneurs and as mompreneurs, that it has been hard to stay motivated because you have so much on your plate and so much that is inundating you with now the kids being homeschooled and different things of that type. Well, it's true. You do have a lot that's inundating you. But this is the one thing I want you to remember, is this. There is only but so much time in a day, and how you schedule your day is going to be the way that you are going to be able to fit the most important, pertinent parts into your day. And everything else will come along in its time, and it's how your mind and your heart is geared of seeing it. And that's very true, Jill. Jill stated that, being able to try to schedule things has been a difficult part for her. But when she was able to take the Declutter Your Mind Masterclass, which I do teach, the Declutter Your Mind Masterclass, it helped her to kind of focus her goals back in. And just so you all know, we're going to actually be launching the new season of Declutter Your Mind. And so if you all look out for your emails, you're going to actually see it coming up soon. And the wait list is going to be open for you to join the wait list. So you'll be able to kick into the new course as well. So I want to just encourage you all to never stop being positive. Never stop your motivation. And if you feel that you're kind of being depleted, kind of look at your circumstance, see what's around you, see what's inundating you, and see what is happening at that time. And if it's something that you can remove it. And if it's something that needs to be handled, remember, you can only eat a 50-pound steak one bite at a time. So today's conversation has been wonderful. I know it was a little short because we do have a kind of a time limit today, and I know the ladies on Facebook Live only had so much time today, and I am so glad to be here with you today. My name is Sonya LaRae. I'm a certified lifestyle relationship counselor, motivational speaker, educator, and I'm excited for you to be a part of Whispers in a Bottle. Don't forget today to go over and follow us at www.blogtalkradio.com/Whispers in a Bottle, because October 2nd, we will no longer be with Instagram Live, but we will be live on our podcast. So everybody, we have enjoyed being with you here on Instagram Live. Does not mean that we're still not going to be doing some great things over here with you, because we are. But we just will have Grown Talk Cocktail Friday over on the podcast. It's going to be fabulous. I hope you all have a great afternoon. I hope you all stay positive, stay motivated, and stay safe, and always be fabulous. My name is Sonya LaRae, and this has been a wonderful afternoon with you. Happy cocktails, people. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Good grief. Stupid thing.